raiva consuming you. Struggle all you wish. A swarm will destroy you.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my video today, I will be showing you how to get this Devora look from Mortal Kombat X. I kind of adjusted it slightly, don't mind my non-painted hands, but I kind of adjusted like around this area here because it was fucking up. So it's a little bit different than the actual character from Mortal Kombat, but hopefully you guys like it, and let's get started. So to start this look off, I'm going to begin by painting my body yellow. I'm using the Mayron Paradise Paint Basic Palette, and obviously I'm using the yellow from that. You are going to want to apply a few layers of this because it's not super opaque, so I applied about 3 to 4 layers. After you've got a few layers on, we're going to move on to the neck piece. I'm using the red from the basic palette and starting to etch out this. It kind of looks like a cut. I made it a little bit more gory and more red and inflamed looking than it does actually look in the video game. I thought this gave it a little bit more pizzazz in my opinion. I liked the way that this looked, so I decided to go for it. And for adding some inflammation around the skin, I'm going to use the Ben Nye cream paints. It is the burn wheel, I believe, and I'm going to be using a mix of like a bright red and a blue tone red for bruising. And if you'll notice, I am using a fluffy brush. This, in my opinion, gives it a little bit more of a splotched look effect, and you can kind of control the amount of pigmentation by either dabbing it on in certain areas or kind of blending it out and making it look a little bit more diffuse. So because in most cases wounds are never fully even, and in real life situations a wound would be a little bit more red in deeper areas, so to emanate that, I'm going to add more deep wounds to certain areas of the neck by using more of like a blue red and adding a tiny bit of black throughout the entire thing to just give it a little bit more dimension. If you accidentally apply a bit too much product in one spot, that's totally cool. You can always go over it and blend it out. And we will be repeating the exact same steps for the second wound. Also bring some of those wounds down towards the chest. It is the exact same in the reference photo, but it's just not bloody. But you know, I wanted to make it a little bloody, so that's what we're doing. And we're going to be doing the same step, so adding like a bright red first, and then to add more dimension you're going to use like a blue red and then a little bit of a black. So since we added shadows, we also want to add highlights, so I will be applying that to the forward portions of the wound. I'm still having a hard time trying to like figure out placement and stuff, but I think that was pretty good. Moving right along to face, we're going to apply, again, about 3 to 4 layers of body paint, and if you notice I did actually block out my brows as well because I wanted to make it look like I had no hair at all. I quickly realized after doing about half of my face that I should probably pop in some sclera lenses because I cannot do it after. So I went ahead and did that and then came back and set that with a yellow eyeshadow. Now I'm working on the forehead tribal design that she has going on. I would definitely look at a reference photo because it's pretty unique and you want to make it as accurate as possible. After you finish the forehead, we're going to move on to the eyebrows, and I'm taking the Ben Nye character wheel and I'm using the dark brown, I believe it is, and just applying that into the furrows of my brows. This is going to make my eyes look very angry. For eyes, I'm using the Lunatic Cosmetics contour palette and brown, and again I am etching out a very angry furrowed look to my eyes, so pretty much you can just apply this right underneath your actual eyebrow, and you want it to go a little higher towards the outside of your face so it gives it more character. And also make sure that you blend in the inner portion, so like the bridge of your nose. This really adds dimension and makes them look like more three-dimensional. I totally fucked up and applied way too much. I'm using the white from the Lunatic Cosmetics contour palette to all the highlight points of the face. I'm going in with the dark cool from the contour palette and really etching out the bridge of my nose. I want it to look very angry and pissed off. And I am just going to add a little bit more of that brown shade into the crease. Make sure to blend it out. And next, apply some of that to the contour of your temples and blend out. You can apply a little bit of like a white eyeshadow in the very center to give it more of a highlight. And I also applied a little bit of this in the hollows of my cheeks just to kind of etch everything up before I actually applied body paint. Apply some of that in the center of your neck, and now I'm using the same red that I had been using earlier from the Mayron Paradise paint palette, and again we're going to do the exact same steps that we did on the neck on the face. Because I envision as she talks her mouth would be kind of ripping, I do want to make most of this wound really deep. Kind of my own personal preference, but you can choose to do this again in certain areas. Now moving on to my lips, I'm going to apply some of that Pretty Zombie Cosmetics Black Cat Liquid Lipstick, and I will be overdrawing and also bringing out the corners of my lips. At this point I decided I wanted to add more to the eyes, so I'm going in using a red eyeshadow. This is Tiki Torch from the Suva Beauty palette, applying that below the lower lash line as well as the upper crease of the eye. And with this particular eye, it would not stop watering and the corner of my eye is a little bit fucked up, as you can tell. So I'm going to bring some of that eyeshadow down my face, and for the other eye I'm going to be bringing it out towards my temple, just to give it a little bit of my own spin, I guess. Also bring some of that shadow into the bridge of the nose, or onto the bridge of the nose I should say. Now I will be applying some black eyeshadow in basically all the same areas and completely covering my lid using black eyeshadow. And I'll be blending it out. It's okay if it's a little bit messy. I kind of, again, oh my god. Sorry, I was having a malfunction right there. I will be applying some of that onto the lid and making sure that I blend all of that out. And that pretty much completes the look. You could choose to add blood to all the wounds, but I didn't want to cover up all the hard work that I did, so I chose to leave it out. But up to you. So that was my video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed and it was helpful and useful to you in some sort of way. Let me know what you thought of this makeup in the comment section below, and I will get back to you. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. Bye. This one. things sit down pretty fucking cool.